Get your money faster. Call us nights, weekends, 24/7. It's all lines.
Trust meteorologist Mikkel Hannah Harding for your first alert. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12, first at 4.
Good afternoon. Good to have you with us. The daily driving routine is off the rails right now with dozens of railroad closures all across our area. Check out the drone video of that work above Alexander Drive. We've got Stevens Creek affected, even downtown Augusta and beyond. So a lot of railroad crossings you use every single day are torn up like this right now. Alyssa Lyons joining us live from Alexander Drive, a really busy connector between Riverwatch Parkway and Washington Road. So Alyssa, this is a huge project with people already complaining about those detours that are inevitably turning them around.
Yeah, I would say good evening to you, Richard, but it hasn't been a great one for our evening commuters because they are running into problems like this all the way here at Alexandria Drive, all the way up to McCormick County and back down to Broad Street. You're going to be running into something like this if you're trying to get over to Washington Road. Even to across the highway, you're going to run into some traffic there over by Furus Ferry. But what we're really seeing here is that turnaround effect because we haven't had any really signage saying, hey, look out ahead, you're going to have to make a turn here to go a detoured route. We're really just seeing that there's a railroad closing ahead, be aware, but nobody telling us where to go. And that's becoming such a problem for our evening commuters and those during the day. We had one person say that they've traveled 3 different routes today just to get to where they've needed to be. It's added on an extra 5 to 10 minutes. Some high schoolers not getting to school on time because they weren't sure which way to go, but it's definitely becoming a problem and one that we will not see go away anytime soon.
I've hit a few detours, probably about 2 or 3 of them. It's been a little inconvenience. If I had a 4-wheel truck, I probably would have went off road by now, but I mean, it is what it is.
We know that this is only going to get worse as the evening goes on because we know that clock is ticking, trying to get off of work. What they're really doing here is repaving and resurfacing these cross ties so that one day you might actually be able to cross them once again and not have any problems with that evening commute. They do say that this should be up and running back by the end of the week, so maybe we will see this open hopefully sooner rather than later, Richard.
So Alyssa, if you can hear me, just to be clear where you are, people coming off Washington Road, maybe trying to get to the Costco Plaza, they're getting almost all the way to the Riverwatch Parkway before they learn they have to turn around and go another way.
Yeah, exactly. If you can kind of look over here to my right, your guys' left, there is just a little sign further back behind the Dollar Tree that says there's railroad work ahead, but the only time that you're going to see any cones pop up is right at the turn at Cabela and Alexandria Drive, and if you're coming in the opposite way here, you're only going to see these cones pop up just a short while before the turn lane when you're coming back through from I-20. So there really isn't showing, hey, maybe think about making the turn onto the highway. So that's the problem, is that there is no detoured route and everyone's running into that and having to go all the way up through Washington Road, making that left turn, all the way back on Riverwatch Parkway, all the way to Furus Ferry, and then having to get on Washington Road and take it that way. Or you're going to have to drive all the way down to Broad Street and Walton Way and turn around and go back around that way. So a lot of time added on to what should be maybe a 5-10 minute commute for you.
Yeah, that is a popular cut through there on Alexander Drive, and this is happening, as Alyssa said, on a lot of intersections with railroad crossings going on right now, all at the same time. Alyssa, thanks for that. We'll be back with you for more updates throughout the evening, but if you were not able to scan that code for the closures, we did have them listed on our website, wrdw.com. Okay, to weather now. Let's send things over to First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton. Emily, if you're going to be stuck in traffic, today's not a bad day to be outside.
Yeah, definitely not a bad day. We've had a great start to our work week and much needed after this roller coaster of temperatures, rainfall, you name it, we were having it. So thankfully things have calmed down for us and looking beautiful out there for our Tuesday. Right now, temperature reading at 60, dew point in the low 30s, so it's feeling dry, but very very beautiful sky conditions out there. Those winds coming from the southwest around 10 miles per hour, but we're in the same boat as the rest of the southeast. Things are looking great for all of us here. A little bit warmer off to our west in Mississippi. They're in the 70s right now. So nonetheless, things are calm and on the warmer side for us. And that trend's going to continue throughout the rest of our week and even into the start of our weekend. Temperatures will stay pretty average in those lower 60s. Once we get to Friday, might be a little bit warmer, above average in those middle 60s. But rain is on the way, unfortunately. Some light showers overnight tonight possible. But once we really get into Sunday and Monday of next week, that's when we're going to see that better chance of some widespread rainfall. But I'm going to send things over, or take things over to First Alert Traffic. Get a quick look on that.
And now, First Alert Traffic.
And we're looking at Walton Way, not having any concerns here. Maybe a little bit of a slowdown, but that's pretty typical for this time of day. Once we continue to go through the 5 o'clock hour, or through the 4 and 5 o'clock hour, this will most likely see a little bit more traffic there. But looking at Grovetown, I-20 at the Grovetown exit, things are very calm. Not seeing any issues there. Now, granted, different story if you are here in the city of Augusta. There's lots of traffic issues going on, but thankfully we've got you covered, what all you need to expect. But things are looking calm in other places for us. But I'm going to have another check on your forecast coming up soon.
We'll check in then, Emily. Thanks very much. A third person dead after a two-vehicle crash Saturday. This happened at Beach Island. The Aiken County Coroner's Office says 46-year-old Tabitha Kitchings died this morning. He says Kitchings was driving a Camry that hit an SUV on Williston Road at Camellia Drive. Both people in the SUV died there at the scene. They are 52-year-old Angela Hancock, 46-year-old Eric Sargent. Investigators are still looking into the cause of that deadly crash. Crime at an Augusta gas station, one of the topics of today's Augusta Commission meeting. There have been 9 shootings in recent years at this one smart grocery store on Wrightsboro Road. 2 of those shootings were deadly. The store owner and the sheriff's office speaking with commissioners now about a plan to decrease crime in that area. They're looking at things like security, licensing, even possibly shutting that store down. We'll look at what commissioners decide coming up in our later newscast. The Payne College campus closed for the second day in a row because of a COVID outbreak. This comes after closure signs were posted yesterday at the college gates. They reopened around noon yesterday, but then closed down again. Payne College says the number of COVID cases is small compared to the student body of just more than 300 kids. They say they're trying to minimize the spread of the virus by doing this. All in-person classes are now online, and students are required to get tested for COVID. A dangerous moment in the Middle East as President Biden weighs the King family releasing details for a public memorial service honoring Dexter Scott King, the youngest son of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's going to be held at the Ebenezer Baptist Church on Saturday, February the 10th. Dexter King died after battling prostate cancer. He was serving as the King Center's chairman at the time of his death. He was 62 years old. Augusta's co-author of the Alec Murdaugh trial book that's been pulled from shelves is speaking out now. Hear what Neil Gordon has to say about it all. Coming up here, first at 4.
And another beautiful afternoon for us. Temperatures right around 60, and that's going to stay pretty consistent this week. I'll have another look on your forecast coming up.
Time and the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, it's been another beautiful day for us out here in the CSRA. Yesterday saw high temperatures right around 60, and that's average for this time of year, and that's what we're currently seeing for our Tuesday. So another great day in store for us, or closing maybe. I don't know, it depends on how you look at it, but plenty of sunshine to go around this afternoon and even lasting into the evening. So for the next couple of days, though, we're going to see some showers overnight. We're still in winter, but definitely feeling a little bit warmer for us. But again, some showers possible overnight, warmer temperatures this week, and then we're going to see some more widespread rain come Sunday. So a little bit of a difference in pattern there for us, but thankfully we are dry right now, going to stay dry throughout the rest of our evening, but overnight, that's when we could see a couple of isolated showers possible, moving in really as early as 10 or 11 p.m. for us, but just some light rainfall. I doubt This is really probably overdoing it. Not all of this will make it to the ground for us, but good news is by the time we're getting up and ready to start our Wednesday, it's going to be out of here. So we're not going to have any issues there to start our Wednesday. Going to be partly cloudy. We'll warm up into those middle 50s for us. Some spots upper 50s. I know this map is showing a little bit cooler than that, but a little bit of cloud cover for your afternoon. So not quite as beautiful as what we saw yesterday and today, but when we go into Wednesday and Thursday, things are looking better for our Thursday. So good news there. We'll warm up right around average for our Thursday afternoon. We'll see temperatures again in those upper 50s, low 60s in some spots. So once we get into the weekend, that's when things start to change. Saturday looks beautiful. Plenty of sunshine. I was going to say mostly sunny, plenty of sunshine to go around. Some cloud cover, though, starts to increase for our Sunday, and then that's when the rain moves in later in the day Sunday and into the overnight hours for us. So some widespread heavy rainfall at times, and that could even last into Monday. And this is actually the most recent model, has it pushed down a little bit more south of us. But most of us here in the CSRA are going to see some rainfall come Sunday, and again, that's going to last into our Monday, unfortunately. So looking at rainfall chances, couple of light showers overnight tonight. Things are going to be dry Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Beautiful weather for the end of our week and start of our weekend, but some rain is coming into play for our Sunday. So just comparing some models here, Richard, we can see a little bit of inconsistency there, but overall we are expecting some rain come Sunday. But overall, a decent week in store for us.
Yeah, not bad at all. Emily, thanks for that. Neil Gordon, a longtime Augusta journalist and co-author of Behind the Doors of Justice with Colleton County Clerk Becky Hill, is speaking out. The book about the Murdaugh trial was pulled from store shelves after Gordon says he found out Hill plagiarized the book's preface, which something she admitted to doing. Margaret Ann Carter sat down with Neil Gordon to get the backstory.
Her idea was to chronicle what was really being called the trial of the century, maybe as a keepsake for historical data and for people to look back on it after we're all gone.
Where do you think it all went wrong with her?
Wow, that's a great question. Let me think about that.
It was nearing the end of Alec Murdaugh's 6-week double murder trial. Media and trial watchers from all over the country and world had descended on the Colleton County Courthouse. One of them, Neil Gordon's wife.
My wife had a chance meeting with her the second to last day of the trial as Becky was ready to hop into a van to head to Moselle with the jury and sheriff deputies and the judge to look at the crime scene. And they took a selfie together, and they communicated a week or so later, and then again in another week.
His wife's chance encounter with Colleton County Clerk of Court Becky Hill quickly developed into a friendship.
Becky shared that she had been taking notes prior to the trial and during the trial and had been interested in writing a book.
Gordon, a longtime journalist, and his wife, a photographer, offered to partner up with Hill.
We spent dozens of hours either via the telephone or Zoom or even in person in the studio, and I just asked her questions and took notes.
From there, Gordon says he would write a first draft, send it to Hill. She would put it in her voice, and together they would send it to the editor. The book, released several months after the guilty verdict. Around the same time, Murdaugh's defense attorneys called for a new trial. The reason? Becky Hill.
It gave Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin a chance to read the book and look through it, and they claim that her motivation behind allegedly tampering with the jurors was to get this book deal and to have fame and to have fortune. But as I mentioned to you, there was no Madison Avenue publisher or no book deal. We actually, our families put in money together, and Amazon has a wonderful program where you can self-publish your own book. And we rolled the dice because we thought the story was so interesting.
But the story wasn't done. In December, Fox Carolina asked and received 2,100 pages of Becky Hill's emails. Emails from her work at Colleton County for all of 2023. Gordon also receiving them.
From Thursday early evening until I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore, probably early Friday morning, I was voraciously reading through page by page. I couldn't put it down. And then I hit page 1644 and I went, oh my God, Becky.
There it was. Passages from their book identical to an article from the BBC.
She was having an email exchange with a reporter from the BBC. And what we learned was the BBC reporter accidentally sent this email to Becky thinking it was Becky from her newsroom, a different Becky. So she accidentally clicked on Becky's email address, sent it to her, and then almost immediately said, please delete this email. It was a mistake. And then Becky responded and said, oh, I will. But boy, this is really terrific writing. What a great job it was.
Margaret Ann Carter reporting for us there. Gordon says he's looking to the future now, writing his own book about trial watchers all around the country who put their lives on hold to follow these true crime cases. Gordon says he'll donate his share of profit from this book to the Stephen Smith Memorial Foundation. We're back with more. First at 4 continues.
Hey guys, it's Anna Christina here. As we gear up for home improvement season, it's crucial to consider the first line of defense for your home against the elements, your roof. Roof Savers is now offering our community an excellent and budget-friendly roofing treatment that's a scientifically proven solution that can reverse the age of asphalt shingle roofs by up to 15 years. I'm joined by Russell Beckham. He's one of the owners of Roof Savers, and over the past couple of years, our customers have been so delighted with the amount of money they've been able to save to not have to go through a full roof replacement because of the roof rejuvenation process. Talk to us about what it is and how that's possible.
Sure. So roof rejuvenation is the process of extending the life of asphalt shingles by increasing granular adhesion and also bringing back the flexibility so that the shingles can do what they're designed to do and protect your home.
Absolutely, and people are very happy about that. And Russell, there's some exciting news. You guys have an exclusive product now called Renew It that can actually help extend the life of metal roofs. How are you guys able to do this?
So it's really exciting. So rust is something that occurs naturally on a metal surface. And what causes rust is a process called oxidation. So we now have a protective coating that can prevent water and oxygen from reaching the metal and causing rust. Now, as an added benefit, which is great for the customer, we bring the color of the old metal to like new again.
Russell, that's so exciting, saving roofs all the way around, whether it's asphalt shingles or metal. You can dial the number on your screen right now for a free roof inspection to determine if your roof qualifies. Our operators are available 24 hours a day to assist you. By taking this simple step, you could potentially save thousands of dollars this year and stop the need for a costly and time-consuming roof replacement. Roof Savers, save your roof, save your money.
Who will instantly win $333. Play Cash 3 today.
Grant me hope. Finding every foster child their forever home.
You know, every week here on News 12, we introduce you to older kids in the foster care system who need a loving family to call their own. And today, we want to introduce you to Soraya.
My name is Soraya and I'm 11 years old. When I was growing up like a little kid and I was doing cartwheels, round-offs, and splits, I like to do round-offs. I'm trying to work on my aerial, a back handspring. I'm trying to work on that, and it's hard doing a back handspring. When it comes to learning, I like math. When I grow up, I want to be a cheerleader because I watched some videos at school. I have a cheer team. And my favorite color is red and black. My favorite music is kids pop because they make their own music and stuff. I would like to travel to North Pole because I want to see Santa. Rudolph, of course. My favorite time of year is Christmas. My favorite food is Takis. What adoption means to me is home for people like me. I am looking for a home. A big family, but not a really big family. My name is Soraya and I'm looking for a forever home.
And if you want to know more about Soraya or anyone featured in our segments, head to our website, wrdw.com, search Grammy Hope. We're back after the break.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
We did a lot of...
Call or text 988 for confidential and compassionate support.
Temperatures this afternoon have reached seasonable highs, so right around 60 for us. Plenty of sunshine to continue the rest of our afternoon into our evening, but we'll cool off when the overnight hours start to come. Again, sun will set just a little bit before 6 p.m. for us, but temperatures will drop off into those 40s overnight tonight, right around 40 for that average low, and a little bit of cloud cover there for us, so keeping us a little bit above average for our overnight temperatures. Tomorrow, looking like another great day, but a little bit of rainfall overnight, leaving some muggy conditions to start off our day. But again, no rainfall expected as we start off our Wednesday. A little bit windy out there, though, and a little bit more cloud cover than what we've seen the past 2 days. But overall, conditions are looking good for the rest of our week and even into our weekend. Now, once we get into Sunday, that's when we could see a couple of showers start to move in.
That's going to wrap things up for this half hour. There's much more to come when First to Four continues after the break. It comes out of nowhere.
99999. You're watching News 12, First at 4, continues.
A day after her family held a news conference about their daughters, who's presumed dead, in Aiken County, the sheriff's office is now responding. Before we get to that, a point-in-time count just wrapping up here in Augusta, where city leaders work to find out how many homeless people there are in our area and the resources they might need. Now, Aiken County is following suit. Taylor Martin spoke with Aiken County leaders about their findings. She's live in the newsroom to tell us what they found out.
Well, it's been 4 years since Aiken County has held a point-in-time count. Leaders who organized this year's count say even though it's over, there's still more work to be done. This year, about 45 volunteers and leaders with the Salvation Army, the Aiken County Homeless Coalition, and local nonprofits pulled resources together to do the count. They came up with an estimated total of at least 150 people facing homelessness, not including their families. That's more than 6 times the number calculated in 2019, which was about 21. Leaders say their goal with this year's count was to find ways to get people to come to them rather than going out into their spaces.
These people, if they live in the woods, you don't want to just walk up to them because it's the same as us walking up into, someone else's house and just, opening right up into the door and saying, hey, you want to fill out a survey?
Now, only on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll take a look at what they'll do with the data they gather and how it will help the community.
Interesting to get that snapshot of the community. Taylor, thanks for the update there live in our newsroom. And now a live look at Thurman Dam as the temperatures are starting to drop as we get closer to sunset. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton for a look at how low we will go tonight. Emily, take it away.
Yeah, we're going to see some lower temperatures overnight tonight, but thankfully we have that super cold air kind of out of the way, at least for right now. Yesterday we saw highs in the 60s. Today, sitting right at 60 right now. As we get closer to sunset, we're hitting our high temperature again at 60. Some spots saw 61. Plenty of sunshine, though, throughout the day today and for our evening. And the rest of the southeast is in the same boat as us. But check out over in Mississippi, they're sitting in the 70s. It's the 60s right now, or middle 60s in Alabama, but then as you get a little bit closer to the East Coast, things are cooling off just a little bit for us. But this nice trend, this consistency is going to stick with us throughout the rest of the week and even into the start of our weekend. In terms of temperatures, we're really not going to fluctuate too much. Now, once we get into Friday, a little bit warmer for us in those upper 60s, but overall, we're not seeing that roller coaster of temperatures, thankfully, for us. A little bit of rainfall expected overnight tonight, but once we start off our Wednesday, shouldn't have any issues for us there. And we're going to be sunny and dry for the end of our week and the start of our weekend. Once we get into Sunday, that's when we could see those rain chances more widespread and heavy at times come back into play for us. So a few showers expected for our Sunday and even into Monday. But I'm going to take a quick look at First Alert traffic.
And now, First Alert traffic.
Traffic starting to build a little bit here at Walton Way. For us, we're seeing some traffic again starting to build up, and this is typical. We're getting closer to the 5 p.m. hour, so definitely expected to see that. Grovetown still looks great. Looking at I-20 here, not seeing any issues for us, so that's some good news. Not a lot of backup either, so things are looking pretty good. A little bit of haze out there. You can kind of see that cloud there, and that's actually some smoke from Fort Eisenhower, seeing a controlled burn right now, so that's making it a little bit hazy in portions of the CSRA. But I'll have another check on your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Emily, thanks a lot. Just one day after the family of Jamila Smith spoke out about finding her body and bringing her back home, the Aiken County Sheriff's Office is also speaking out about this missing persons case and a case of homicide. Yesterday, her father spoke out for the first time since her disappearance back in December. He says he feels left in the dark, not getting the same information about his daughter as other family members are getting. Jamila's father says the first 48 hours counts the most and says law enforcement has not done enough. Captain Abdullah explaining how the homicide investigation is going and how victims and witness cooperation is a key to solving any kind of crime like this.
Sometimes that doesn't happen, and so we have to rely on evidentiary methods to investigate crime. And sometimes analysis of evidence is not done in just a day. It could take years to analyze, evidence from crime scenes.
And as the investigation continues, her family and law enforcement are encouraging anyone with information to come forward. The best friend of one of the 3 Georgia service members killed in Jordan is speaking out. Specialist Brianna Camp had this to say about those deaths, quoting, "To help news now and some good news as we get through these cold winter months, flu and COVID cases are slowing down. New data from the CDC showing for the week ending January 20th, there were 804 total hospitalizations in Georgia, down from 928 the week before. That's a 14% change in admissions. Georgia is still in the red, though, when it comes to flu activity. Health officials have been monitoring a surge in cases going back to following back-to-back holidays. Giving you a live look now, I-20 at the Georgia-South Carolina state line and the construction zone there, and a warning that drivers can expect overnight lane closures right there at the Savannah River Bridge. Tomorrow from 10 p.m., look for single right lane closures on I-20 eastbound, starting at mile marker 200 over to mile marker 201 in Georgia. Again, this is only happening overnight from 10 p.m. to 7 p.m. Each night, so watch out for that right there at the state line as they pour some more concrete there. House Republicans claiming the Homeland Security Secretary is mishandling all those migrants in our southern...
Well, seasonable conditions will continue for the rest of our week and even into our weekend, but chance of rain is in the forecast, and I'll let you know when coming up.
We all likely know and love someone struggling with a mental illness, just like Alan Thibodeau. We all could be on the other end of a call, just like the one Alan's brothers got the night that he was arrested.
And you say your name is Alan Thibodeau.
They thought he was going to get help because a judge ordered it, but instead he starved to death in jail.
1, 2, 3. Nothing excuses how he was treated.
Nothing. When he finally got to the hospital, the doctors and nurses reported neglect, and if not for them, there would have never been an investigation.
Don't want him hurting you guys. That's...
I'm not worried about that. I don't want him dying.
This is an important story to watch. It's difficult, though, because it's about mental illness and about how we treat people who are dying for help. You can watch our investigation right now on our website or our WRDW app.
In the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app. Okay, it's time to talk weather here. And you know what? It's not a bad-looking afternoon out there, and it's not quite as cold as it was yesterday, Emily.
Yeah, things are looking beautiful out there. The start to our week has been great. It's only Tuesday, and we're continuing this warming trend, but not anything too extreme. Last week was a little bit too stuffy, a little bit too warm for me. We're sitting right at 60 this afternoon, and that trend, again, is going to continue throughout our work week. Might see those upper 60s by Friday and Saturday for us, but overall, things are looking good. We're going to have a few showers, though, overnight tonight, but those warm conditions will stay steady and will be dry for the start of our Wednesday. But some more widespread and heavier rainfall will come by the end of our weekend and the start of our week next week, unfortunately. But the good news is we have several days of dry conditions for us. So again, a couple of light showers overnight tonight, but by the time we're headed out the door tomorrow, things are going to be cleared up for us and looking a lot better. Things are going to continue to stay dry throughout our Wednesday. So again, there's some of those showers that we're pushing through, but once we hit even 8 a.m. earlier than that, we're going to be dry, and we'll see high temperatures in those 50s tomorrow. I think upper 50s for most of us, and then overnight we'll cool off into those 30s, which is pretty seasonable for this time of year. But clear sky conditions to start off our Thursday. Going to be sunny throughout the afternoon, so another beautiful day in store for us. We've definitely been spoiled this week. Overnight Thursday, a little bit more cloud cover coming into play, but Friday looking just as great, mostly sunny sky conditions. But I'm starting this timestamp on Saturday, right around 7 a.m., just kind of showing you what's the setup for this weekend. Going to see a little bit of cloud cover in the morning, but once we go throughout the day, should be breaking up a little bit. Now, to start off our Sunday, going to be mostly cloudy. We can already see some rain over in the southern portions of Alabama. That's slowly but surely going to be making its way up to us. Now, the latest models don't have it quite reaching us, or for our more northern counties, I should say, until later on in the day. But again, Sunday and Monday, that's going to be a chance of some rainfall for us, and heavy at times. So be aware of that. But by the time we get to Monday evening and into Tuesday, things are going to be clearing up for us and looking a lot better. So few isolated showers overnight tonight. Again, not expecting any issues there. By the time you get in your car in the morning, things are looking good. Going to be sunny and warm Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then some showers coming into play later in the day Sunday. It's going to be a little bit on the cloudier side, though, to start off our Sunday. So not quite as beautiful conditions, if you will. But here's comparing the two models there. One of the models, our European model, has those showers moving up a lot sooner than the global model here on your left. So just kind of know there's a little bit of discrepancy, and we'll get that fine-tuned closer to time. But nonetheless, expecting rain Sunday and Monday.
All right, Emily, thanks for the update there. House Republicans are moving closer to possibly impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over his handling of immigration at the southern border. Scott, if Mayorkas is impeached, it'll...
The next time you pass a farm, you may see a tractor without anyone behind the wheel. I'm Jamie Tucker, coming up with autonomous farm equipment. You got to see this in action.
I'm Attorney General. Call 222-HURT right now.
You know, one of the hardest jobs in the country is farming. New technology aims to make the life of a farmer a little easier by allowing them to control farm equipment with their smartphone. Jamie Tucker shows us how.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
There are about 2 million farms across the country. They all use big equipment like this to till the land, plant the seeds, and of course, do all the harvesting. Now, can you imagine doing all of that hard work from a smartphone?
This is a view from Austin, Texas. We are tilling ground without an operator in the cab and interacting with it here in CES in Vegas.
The tractor has cameras on all sides. One screen shows if it's staying in a straight line. Another watches for obstacles. And as the farmer watches, they can see the instrument panel and watch as it turns to till another row. The farmer can even drive the tractor back to the pumps for refueling, all from his or her smartphone. Adair says it isn't about cutting jobs, but because on large farms, everything happens at once.
You have to be running your combine harvesting the crop. You have to be unloading that crop into a tractor with a grain cart so that it can transport it to a semi-truck, and then you need an operator in the semi-truck that can transport it to your grain elevator to get stored and then eventually sold.
As that's happening, farmers need to retill the land for the next crop.
We think of our autonomy as more of filling that need of letting you have your experienced operators doing the more important work. And that window, super tight, you don't have the time to mess around, especially if Mother Nature throws you curveballs.
And this isn't a concept. 7 states have farmers using autonomous John Deere products every day. And the company tells me their hope is that every piece of equipment that touches corn or soy can be fully autonomous within the next 6 years. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Technology on the farm. John Deere not saying how much this autonomous tractor would cost, but a spokesperson said that's going to be an add-on to the most expensive tractors, which will run you right around $700,000. To sports now. With less than 2 weeks to go in the regular season, the Thompson boys basketball team is tied atop their region standings with Westside. Here's our sports director, Dan Booth, joining us now with the latest on the Bulldogs, who are firing on all cylinders right now. Dan, take it away.
The Thompson Bulldogs started out their season 16-0, dominating most of their opponents along the way. They're currently sitting at 17-1 with that one loss coming to Westside. The Bulldogs have split their first 2 games against the 2-time defending state champions, defeating the Patriots at Westside in their first matchup early on. Coming into tonight's games, Thompson and Westside are tied atop their region standings, with Butler being only 1 game behind, which means if the Bulldogs want a 1 seed in the playoffs, they've got to lock in with just 4 games to go.
In order to play the way we want to play, there has to be concentration. There has to be mental focus on every possession, because there's something specifically they have to do on every single possession. When we say work hard, it's comprised of 2 elements. That's giving maximum effort and giving multiple efforts. Don't just give it 1 time. Give it as many times as necessary to get the job done.
Coach Thomas is in his 41st season leading the Bulldogs. Earlier this season, he surpassed 700 career wins, and they'll be looking for another tonight against Laney.
Well, a few showers possible overnight tonight, but we'll be out of here for the start of our Wednesday. I'll have a check on your 7-day, though, coming up after the break.
The First Alert Team, the best in Georgia.
It's happening right now at Rooms to Go. Shop. It's happening right now at Rooms to Go. Shop 100 Go.
Elton John and his longtime songwriting partner Bernie Taupin are being awarded the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. John and Taupin created so many hits over the years, it's hard to keep up with, including Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and probably 100 more. The Gershwin Prize will be awarded to them at an invitation-only tribute concert in March 20th. That'll be in Washington, D.C. Hopefully, somebody will turn a TV special out of that concert. It should be a great one. But what a team they are.
I was going to say, I'm getting invitation only. Sounds exclusive.
You can't just line up for that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that will definitely be cool. See if they get some video of that. But taking things over to weather for the end, or starting to have the end of our Tuesday. Things are looking good outdoors. Starting to drop off into those 50s, though. Still seeing the sun out there, but we'll only have that for roughly an hour longer for us. Overnight tonight, we can expect to see low temperatures drop off into those 40s. A little bit of cloud cover and a little bit of rainfall expected probably around 10 or 11 p.m. tonight, ending way before most of us are getting out and about to start our Wednesday. So good news is you won't need your rain jacket just yet for us. So
for $24 a month, interest-free, in your choice of 3 finishes. Now at Rooms to Go.
Elton John and his longtime songwriting partner Bernie Taupin are being awarded the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. John and Taupin created so many hits over the years, it's hard to keep up with, including Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and probably 100 more. The Gershwin Prize will be awarded to them at an invitation-only tribute concert in March 20th. That'll be in Washington, D.C. Hopefully, somebody will turn a TV special out of that concert. It should be a great one. But what a team they are.
I was going to say, I'm getting invitation only. Sounds exclusive.
You can't just line up for that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that will definitely be cool. See if they get some video of that. But taking things over to weather for the end, or starting to have the end of our Tuesday. Things are looking good outdoors. Starting to drop off into those 50s, though. Still seeing the sun out there, but we'll only have that for roughly an hour longer for us. Overnight tonight, we can expect to see low temperatures drop off into those 40s. A little bit of cloud cover and a little bit of rainfall expected probably around 10 or 11 p.m. tonight, ending way before before most of us are getting out and about to start our Wednesday. So good news is you won't need your rain jacket just yet for us. So tomorrow, not looking bad to kick off again in those 40s. We'll warm up into those upper 50s for the afternoon. A little bit breezy out there and a little bit more cloud cover than what we've seen the past 2 days. But overall, things are looking good, and the rest of the week looking beautiful for us. Temperatures, again, are going to stay pretty seasonable. We're not having that roller coaster effect any longer. We're staying pretty constant for us, but rain's coming into play, and you will need your rain jacket Sunday and Monday of next week.
And only flirting with freezing that one night, so not too bad at all. Emily, thank you for that. That's going to wrap things up. First at 4, Live at 5 starts right after this short break.